Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Uh, so, uh, there's a lot of things going on in the news today and as previous days with this coronavirus and the spread of it. Uh, they're saying that it originated from China, and those who are in China say that it originated from American soldiers uh, spreading some type of chemical causing a reaction in China, uh, which caused the spread. Then we have cases in Italy that caused them to shut everything down and keep everyone in quarantine, along with places here in the United States like California, San Francisco, where the mayor had to pretty much lock everything down and limit people of movement throughout the city. So, as you well know, due to the news in the past previous days, that pretty much the recommendation is to stay at home, uh, avoid contact, and staying about 3 to 4 feet away from one another, and making sure that if you're sick to stay home and try to make sure to allow for those who are elderly to get to and from uh, places safely, and making sure that they are able to be able to deal with the spread of the coronavirus. So that being said, if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe here at the bottom. Make sure to put a comment at the bottom if you have time to do that. I think we have a little bit time on our hands, right? And also hit that like button. So what I'm going to be doing with my time being at home, instead of just eating and staring at the walls each day, is I decided to read another book. And I think this book is perfect timing. It's by the host of MSNBC's Joyce Ann Reid. I think she's a commentator or one of the news anchors on CNBC. And she wrote this book, and it's called The Man Who Sold America. Now, usually I put up books from investors like Singletary, another example, Susie Orman, or even the likes of Dave Ramsey, um, and other individuals that used as strategies to help me to get out of debt and help build wealth. But I decided to change it up a little bit, and decided to bring this book out because I've been reading it the past couple of weeks now when I have time. And hey, you know what? I guess I'll be able to finish this book in a few days, because I'll have a lot of time on my hands. But the few chapters that I read, some of the things I kind of knew about because I've been reading and studying about these events throughout history, and I'm a history buff. So one thing I noticed that kind of iterated my thoughts when it came to certain individuals, especially with the chant of America, 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 making America great, right? Come to find out that my hunch was right, and that individuals were actually paid off, are paid to chant these phrases for the public media to hear and to, I guess, help boost up ratings and get people to have more of a liking to a certain individual. And throughout this book, I'm starting to realize that individuals are fearful of a country that maybe one day will be more diverse, which would force these particular groups to be the minority and cause them to be weaker than they are now due to the mixing of the race, mixing of groups, mixing in ideas that are not similar to those who may be in power. And what I mean by power, those individuals who are much better off, who are able to maneuver throughout society in a way that is pretty much a luxury, a opportunity for them to stay in power as they live day to day and associate and talk with those individuals who might have the same idea and mindset as them. As I read this book, it seems like media, society as a whole is using certain strategies to manipulate and use and abuse people who may not have the strength and capabilities to actually be able to be successful, because you have individuals who are trying their best to keep those at bay, down. They're not able to have the same opportunities as those of the few who are able to take advantage of how society is ran and how everything is structured, which is sad because, you know, in this day and age, 2020, you would think that individuals would not spend so much time and effort to hate and divide and break up and destroy those who are less fortunate. You know, if we can only take that energy for goods that are bad and use that to actually help one another, to make this country and other countries around the world much better, especially right now since we're going through this coronavirus, where many people are dying all over the world, where we need to start trying to divide and make things hard for other people, but we should use this time and opportunity to help build one another and support one another and make sure that everyone make it out of this this epidemic as soon as possible and as fast as possible, where we can actually build this country back and this economy and move it forward. But we won't be able to do that until individuals decide to stop being on the side of division and hate and decisiveness, and use that to better the human race. But we continue to have individuals who are from a time where more of a individualistic ideology where they want to just focus on themselves and better themselves and help grow themselves without helping others. You know, they're less concerned about the collective and more concerned about the individual, and have these ideas of, you know, they're going to be the minority. They're going to be individuals eventually who will be shut out of opportunities because of their race, their ethnicity, which is not the case, because there's being more and more people who are eventually going to be coming together, whether you like it or not. And I mean, you can do all you can to try to stop individuals. Do all you can to mobilize and organize and try to divide, but in the long run, eventually, you know, love prevails. And you know, this is a good book. I advise you to order this off of Amazon. I was able to do that, and finally get a chance to read it. Usually I read a lot of finance books to help me get out of debt, teach me how to invest, teach me how to budget, teach me how to change my mindset and try to scale back and allow me to make more money. But I decided, you know what, let's change up a little bit. Let's try to actually understand how politics actually work in today's society. And the way it's working right now is through division, through manipulating, through taking advantage of the weak, and continue to build on that, to build wealth while everyone else suffers. And I think if you have an opportunity these next weeks or months to read this book, and share your comment at the bottom and let me know what you think. Maybe we can have some type of forum discussion on this and many other topics. So until then, make sure to subscribe, make sure to write a comment, hit that bell, make sure to smash it, and until then, have a great day.